The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. As you guys can see, the Islanders still lead this time frame by a score of 2-1. The Habs recently won their last game 1-0 and broken a Team NHL best 4-game win streak, still ties for the best in this project so far, with Team NHL winning 4 games, which is really not that bad. But can Team NHL start a new streak and possibly get themselves back into contention here for the overall project? With that being said, let's get right into Game 4. Your netminders is as follows. Thomas Greiss will be in net for the Islanders, and Ken Dryden will be in net for the Habs. With that being said, with 29 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock, let's get right into Game 4. Will the clock operator please start the clock? Then we're going to begin with a penalty check between both players in one. Ladd and Lambert, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and that will do it for this segment here in Game 4 of this time frame. And let's move on. Another penalty check, this time between players 4 and 3, Nyrop and Ryan Strome. Both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. And again, I do apologize for the nasaliness of my voice. Sinuses have been so bad of an issue here these last, as the weather starts to heat up a little bit. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 33. Choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. How about it? Brock Nelson. I'm going to give it to Brock Nelson as he needs to roll a 1, 2, or 3 to score the goal. Oh, and he can't, and Ken Dryden will stop Brock Nelson from scoring the goal to keep this game tied to keep this game scoreless through the first 15 minutes of this first period. Visitor scoring chance again. This time it'll be a 22. Home goalie must make shot saves, so Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He does so nobody flips, and that will be it for the first period. And as you can tell, for a second straight game, to my knowledge, I believe, in this time frame, the Habs and the Isles are held scoreless through the first 20 minutes of this game. We begin the second period with a visitor scoring chance of a 34. Visitor player in 1 creates a goal with a quality roll of star or a triangle. So visitor player in 1, that is Anders Lee. Although he doesn't have star, he does have a triangle. So he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to score the game's first goal. A 4 or 5 with a dot will not do so. And it won't do so as Anders Lee is thwarted by Ken Dryden to keep this game right where it's at. And we move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Anybody for the Islanders, I should say. The player in question for the Habs is going to be Jacques Lemaire. The quality we're looking for is skill. Ladd, DeHaan, and Leddy all have skill. I think we're going to go with DeHaan, even though I'm giving up that square. It's probably going to be worth it. So We'll do it. So Lemaire and DeHaan both have skill, and that will do it for this segment here in this one. Penalty check between both players in 5. That's Leddy and Bouchard. It looks like Pierre Bouchard's going to go to the box as Nick Leddy will move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to stop the power play attempt. He does so. The goalies in this time frame and also the last time frame as well have been standing on their heels. Quality check between players 4 and 3. That's Lapointe and Casey Cizikas. We're looking for the quality of power. Both Lapointe and Casey Cizikas have power, so that's going to do it. And through 40 minutes in the books, just like Game 3, we are scoreless after 40 minutes of the game as we head to the third period. We begin the third period with a quality check between players 3 and 5, Doug Jarvis and Dennis Seidenberg. We're looking for the quality of star. It looks like Doug Jarvis is going to win this one as he does have star. So he's going to be moving in on Grice, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs will get on the board. The Habs will get on the board first, courtesy of Doug Jarvis, as Grice could not get a glove on that one. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Robinson and we'll go with Tremblay. So Jarvis from Robinson and Tremblay will put the Habs in front by a score of 1-0 early on in this third period. Quality check between players 5 and 2. That's Bouchard and Cal Clutterbuck. We're looking for the quality of skill. Neither Bouchard nor Clutterbuck have skill, so that's going to do it for this segment here in the third period, with the Habs in front, 1-0. Quality check between both players in 3. That's John Tavares and Pete Mahavlich. We're looking for the quality of smart. Both Mahavlich and John Tavares have smart. So that's going to do it for this segment. And we will move on as time is running out for the Islanders. They see their 2-1 time frame lead becoming a 2-2 time frame tie. Don't want that to happen as we move on with a visitor scoring chance of a 22. They need a score here to tie the game. Home goalie must make shot saves, so Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. Can't, and the Islanders tie things up. Let's see who scored the goal. 12. All right, we're going to roll the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 5, that's Dennis Seidenberg. He will score the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Josh Bailey and Ryan Strome. So Dennis Seidenberg will score the goal, the game-tying goal. Assisting is Josh Bailey and Ryan Strome. We got a home scoring chance of a 65. Choice home player scores a goal. So we're going to roll the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 will be a reroll. Yvonne Kernoyer is going to score the goal. Unfortunately for the Islanders, the Habs take a 2-1 lead. Let's see who assisted Kernoyer on the play. 9, 2 assists, Robinson and Nyrop. So Yvonne Kernoyer from Larry Robinson and Jacques Lemaire. 2 goals have been scored. Only 4 more to go until this segment ends automatically. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Andrew Ladd. Mm, Either tie or go on the power play. The Habs will tie. And they're going to go on the power play. So Ladd's going to go to the box as Doug Jarvis is the lucky contestant here out of the remaining out of the 5 guys out there on the ice. So Jarvis is going to move it on Grice to seal things up here for a 2-2 time frame tie. He does, and it's a 3-1 lead for the Habs, courtesy of a power play goal from Doug Jarvis. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. It'll be Rajan Houle giving the first assist, and we will go with Maury Wilson. So Jarvis from Houle and Wilson are your Bitty Beer goal scoring stat line on the 3-1 lead for the Habs. Three down, 3 to go. Penalty check. And Ladd needs to flip. Penalty check is between anybody on the ice for the Habs against, look at this, Brock Nelson. Well, either way, you're going to have to tie. So they're going to go right across from him with Bob Gainey as both guys have the same penalty rating because it's not worth it of giving the Habs to go on the power play. And at this juncture, they want to keep the lead, and that's what they're going to do. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Josh Hosong. We're looking for the quality of Smart. Lambert, Mahavlich, and Bouchard, all 3 of them have Smart. I think we're going to go with, how about it? Pierre Bouchard. So Bouchard's going to win the battle with Smart over Josh Hosong as he moves in on Thomas Grice. Hopefully he needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. Stop the clock. Oh, man. The lead for the Islanders have fallen from a 2-0 lead all the way to a 2-2 tie as the 76-77 Habs crawled all the way back in this time frame, down 2-0 to tie things up at 2 apiece. At 2 games apiece. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 New York Islanders. If you are watching this on the full time frame playlist, Game 5 will be coming up very shortly after the Bitty Beer game summary. If you're watching this on the single game playlist, Game 5 will be up very shortly on my channel. And if you're watching this in the future, Game 5 of this time frame will be already up on my channel. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Once again, your final score here for Game 4. The Habs tie up the time frame at 2 games apiece, winning Game 4 by a final score of 3-1. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer.